Red One is a Christmas action comedy that recently came out over the weekend. Stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Chris Evans, J.K. Simmons, among other people. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character is some elf or something. He works for the security team that guards Santa Claus. Some evil person and her gang infiltrate the North Pole and they kidnap Santa Claus, so now they have to enlist the help of Chris Evans' character. Chris Evans' character is a hacker and he's good at finding people, so now they have to enlist him and his help in order to find Santa Claus and save Christmas. All right, time to talk about all the terrible things that went wrong with this movie and why it's terrible and why you shouldn't see it and why you shouldn't waste your time with it. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I should stop and go back and try to do something positive for the movie. Shouldn't skip that. Like, that's an important part of the video. Well, for one thing, J.K. Simmons is in the movie. I like J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is only in the movie for 5 minutes, but it was a solid 5 minutes. I mean, he was there. He said some stuff that that resonated with me. I will say there is one good scene in the movie. There is a scene that happens involving a bunch of characters in prosthetics and makeup, like a bunch of monsters and creatures. That scene was actually pretty good. It was pretty entertaining. It was fun. Like that's the one good scene that the movie had. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Actually, I have smelled what The Rock is cooking. I watched this movie and I smelled it, and
I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
As you know me, I'm a positive person. I like positive energy. I try to give that out into the world. You know I'm passionate. You know I don't go into movies looking to hate them. Granted, I saw all the trailers for this movie and it looked like an immediate no, but you know what? I said, hey, it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Maybe the trailers don't sell it. Maybe it's a better movie than that. Now that I've seen the movie and I've had a couple of days to process it, I am here to tell you it's not better than the trailers. In fact, the trailers made the movie look better than it actually is. My expectations for the movie were in the dirt, but holy fuck did they satisfy that and more. For starters, I don't like the performance of pretty much anyone in this movie not named J.K. Simmons. Everybody in this movie is completely mailing it in. I can tell that this is one of those movies where they're just acting because they're trying to pay off a house or a car. They're trying to put one of their kids through a college or something. Like, I could just tell that nobody gives a shit about this movie. While we're talking about the bad acting, we can also talk about the shitty tone and the way that they can't really juggle that for a movie like this. This is a movie that could have been like a fun throwback 90s Christmas type of movie, but instead it's more of like a modern movie and it's edgy, but then it's not really a Christmas movie. Then it's a buddy cop movie, and it's a buddy cop movie with two main leads who are inherently unlikable and boring, also just not really giving a good performance, and also have shitty chemistry. Then it's a movie that's trying to be a comedy too, but then it's like the comedy in the movie is not good. Then it's a movie that's like, okay, action comedy, right? But the action in the movie is not really that good. It's filled with a bunch of shitty CGI. Who is this movie for? Like, what is this movie trying to accomplish? Between the shitty tone and the shitty acting, we got problems. Then we've got the story that this movie is coming packaged in. This movie is basically a rehash of every single other Christmas fantasy movie that you've seen in your life. It's so contrived. It takes all of the elements from all movies that are better than this one, and it tries to throw them together and cobble them together into a story that you just don't give a shit about. Did I mention that the movie's horribly unfunny? I feel like I mentioned that a couple of times. It says a bunch of unfunny shit and expects you to nod your head and laugh along with it. And you do laugh, but only because you're embarrassed and you want the shit to be over with. They have Chris Evans playing this character who is a complete and total asswipe in this movie, which is fine. Maybe that leads for more growth. Maybe he can be likable but an asshole at the same time. It's not what happens here. Even the villain in this movie, there's a hot chick playing a witch in this movie, and she's boring too. The villain is a complete waste of time too. What does this movie have? It doesn't have a good villain. It doesn't have good characters. J.K. Simmons is Santa Claus, but he's in the movie for 5 minutes. You can't watch the movie for him. The movie has a boring, cliche, you would call it generic type of story. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is supposed to be likable, right? He's supposed to be charismatic. Like, that's his whole deal. They wrote his character to just be this stoic, boring asshole. He's stiffer than morning wood in this movie, and it doesn't make you want to watch anything when you're done with this. It makes you want to disband Christmas as a holiday altogether. Still celebrate Christmas, just make sure that you do not celebrate it in the vicinity of this movie, because I guarantee you, you're going to be throwing presents at people's heads by the time it's over. Red One was a gigantic waste of time. It has one good scene and not much else. I'm going to give this one the rating of Kryptonite. I was oh so close to shitting all over it and giving it my worst rating, but maybe it's Christmas spirit. I'm trying to be a little bit more generous. So Red One, you're not going to see it. What are you more excited to see? Gladiator Part 2 or Wicked coming out this week? Let me know in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.